Hi, I'm Jones, and today I'm sharing a really great and really easy recipe for a Portabella Mushroom Sandwich that is inspired by the Renaissance Fair. If you've never been to the Renaissance Fair, it is a lot of fun. It is a real family tradition for us. We have been going there every year for about 21 years now, ever since my oldest son was a teeny tiny baby. And one of our favorite things about going there is the Portabella sandwiches. That may not seem like a traditional Renaissance type food, but it definitely is one of our favorites, and I have recreated a totally vegan version for you to try at home. I filmed a lot of footage to share with you this year because it's a lot of fun, and if you've never been to one, you really have to go. This is the Colorado Renaissance Fair, of course, because I live in Colorado, and it has to be one of the best Ren fairs anywhere because it is just amazing. They have buildings that recreate a real Renaissance style village with a castle, and they have a joust and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy the footage, and then I hope you try the recipe at home too. You can find a link to the recipe in the description box below, and please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell if you want to get notifications when I make new videos. So let's get into the video. The Colorado Renaissance Festival is really an experience like no other. At the entrance to the castle, you're greeted by all sorts of characters in Renaissance garb. There are pirate ships and pubs, some with real pirates hanging out. You can shop for all kinds of unique handmade goods. I mean, where else can you get a Celtic Doctor Who mug or a handmade wooden straw? If you're into ancient weaponry like axes and swords, they've got you covered. Leslie at Noblesse Oblige will suit you up in the finest garb money can buy. I actually worked for her years ago when she was based in Colorado Springs. There's lots of fun activities for kids and adults alike, like bungee jumping or ship swings. I went on a ride with my kids.
I'm sorry, Holly. You're being a bunch of pansies!
There's a petting zoo where you can feed the animals and see some very interesting ones too. There's also animal rescue and conservation booths and shows, such as the Birds of Prey Raptor Rescue and the Endangered Cats of the World show. These organizations educate and advocate for wildlife conservation and help to preserve threatened and endangered species. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can check them out and perhaps donate to these important organizations. It wouldn't be as magical of an experience without some mythical creatures too, like unicorns, a snowy white owl woman on her nest, members of the royal court, a dark angel, and my favorite, Juniper the bubble fairy. There's lots of great entertainment too, like Celtic Legacy. And London Broil. And it wouldn't be the Colorado Ren Fair without an afternoon thunderstorm. And of course there's the food. The Ren Fair is known for their giant turkey legs, but when you're a vegetarian or a vegan, it can be a little more difficult. Of course, there's our old standby, Portabella Mushroom Sandwich. Unfortunately, this year as a vegan, I realized that it had a sauce with mayonnaise in it. Not exactly vegan, but I was hungry and really looking forward to it, so I ate it anyway. I mean, a little mayonnaise isn't gonna kill me, right? It just made me more determined to make my own vegan version, which is what I'm sharing with you in this video today. And then we have some French fries on the side. Back at home, I started by making a marinade with a mixture of coconut aminos and soy sauce. You can use all soy sauce or tamari, but I was trying to reduce the sodium, and the aminos have a sweeter flavor. I also added a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I was just using the last of what I had. A teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of dried basil, and a 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. Then I just put a lid on it and shook it up to mix. Then I added these beautiful Portabella mushrooms. I've heard people ask about whether you can eat the gills. You can scrape them out with a spoon, but I usually leave them in. Then I just shook up the mushrooms in the marinade to get them thoroughly covered and put that in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. Overnight is best. After the mushrooms have marinated, I put them on a baking sheet lined with foil. I recommend doing this because otherwise it leaves a big mess, as you'll see in a minute. I drizzled a little more of the marinade on top so that they don't dry out in the oven. I baked them at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for a total of 15 minutes. Next comes the sauce. I used a mixture of vegan mayonnaise, organic ketchup, and some horseradish mustard. That's my favorite. You can use any kind of mustard you want. This is a pretty basic recipe, and you may have even made it before. I didn't measure any of the ingredients. I just kind of squirted it all in there. You can add as much of each ingredient as you want. I decided to make mine a little bit spicy, so I added some sriracha too. It came out nice and creamy and tasted exactly like the stuff at the Renaissance Fair. And look at those beautiful roasted Portabella mushrooms. Mushrooms. I just love mushrooms. Now it's time to assemble the sandwich. I toasted a hamburger bun. You don't have to toast it, but I like it toasted. I think it holds up a little bit better. I spread some sauce, put the mushroom on top, added some great homegrown tomatoes and some lettuce, a little more sauce, and some nooch, because nooch goes on everything. And there it is, my amazing Portabella Mushroom Sandwich, inspired by the Ren Fair. I served it up with some baked potato wedges that I dipped in some more of that sauce. Man, was this good. I really nailed it. The flavor just takes me straight back to our day at the Ren Fair.
from the running